Bulldog Nation, you are now going to witness, watch, and listen to the best podcast in the league. Get set for a wild ride with From the Hill Podcast, featuring Wayne Cartwright, Damian Green, Tanarius Gooden, David Thomas, Jennifer Murray, and Corey Williams. Don't miss out. Subscribe now to From the Hill Podcast. It's time to turn up the excitement and make some noise.
All right, let's go. Everybody, welcome once again to another fabulous episode. And tonight, we are excited because we got some lovely ladies that are in the house. And we're going to have a great time just talking to everybody. All right. Family, how we doing on this great Tuesday?
Man, I'm doing great. I can't complain at all. How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain either.
Can't complain. Living the dream.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And, I want to first start off by saying, because it kind of leads into our first topic tonight in our housekeeping. Everybody who is on the Gulf Coast, anybody that might be in a potential path of hurricane, what they're calling Helene, make sure that you take heed to every warning. If you need to evacuate, you make sure you do that. Also, make sure that if you're down there, make sure you let your loved ones know where you're going and where you're at. All right. So with that, if you have not already seen, this is another reminder that this Saturday's originally scheduled game at Florida A&M has been rescheduled to Black Friday. So the game will not be taking place this weekend. It will actually go on Black Friday. So this weekend is a bye week for our Bulldogs and also for the Rattlers, and definitely a great decision. And no one can be mad at that.
Not at all.
All right. And then last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to our tennis team. Our women's tennis team for getting it done down there in Atlanta at the HBCU National Tennis Championships. You can see the points. They managed to win over Hampton. There were a few other, basically every conference in HBCU athletics was represented, and our women brought home the trophies.
Absolutely. So, great job, ladies.
Great job. Absolutely. Great job.
Absolutely. So shout out to Coach Willis, doing big things. Coach Willis, if you're listening and you're out there, we got to get you on here. We definitely love to get you on here so you can talk about yourself and your team, man. But great job. All right. So that is what we have tonight for our housekeeping. So everybody just remember to follow the bottom of the screen where we have all of our updated sports updates, schedules, everything like that. Is a very busy calendar. So also one omission that has to be made from the bottom of the screen, the pre-regional meet also for cross country, that's not happening either. That's been canceled. But all the other things on the bottom of the screen are actually current.
Hey, Wayne, real quick too. Dr. Bryant just let me know that there will be a celebration for the women's tennis team tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the Knight Center. So if you can, make sure that you go help celebrate those ladies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, everybody who's just tuned in, make sure that you hit that like button early and often. All right. And if you have not, and this is your first time watching, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you on watching all of our future broadcasts. All right. And just like that, we have everything updated on the bottom of the screen. So let us get started tonight. Our first guest tonight, she represents a wonderful group of students at Alabama A&M. They are performing arts, known as the Bulldog Bards, and they are represented tonight by Miss Jaycie Coleman. Welcome to the show. Make sure you take yourself off mute now. Take yourself off mute.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's great. It's great to have you on. And you know what? My co-hosts, they will tell you that usually folks will get victimized by that mute button. It's all right. It's all right. So you've been baptized.
Yes.
So we got some wonderful material and things to talk about with Bulldog Bards. But first off, if you would, Miss Jaycie Coleman, talk about yourself and tell the viewers out there who may not be aware what the Bulldog Bards are and what they stand for.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jaycie Coleman. I am from the capital city of Montgomery, Alabama. I attended Alabama A&M University, where I obtained my bachelor's in communications media and most recently my master's in communications specialist. During my time here, back in undergrad 2017 to 2021, the theater program was non-existent. And in 2021, we had a lovely lady come, Miss Jill Kuhn, and she came and she completely turned around our theater program. We started having shows here and there. And then she created the Bulldog Bards, which is the Shakespeare troupe. And we perform every September at the Orion. And we do a Shakespeare show. And we started 3 years. Well, this year is our third year. So we did The Wiz back in 2022. We did original work by one of our former professors. She wrote 2 plays and we performed those. And we do play festivals. We do 10-minute play festivals. We do film festivals, do all things performing arts we do. And we are housed in Morrison Fine Arts Building. So a little bit more about Bulldog Bards. So like I said, that's the Shakespeare troupe. And we do a Shakespeare play every year. This year we are doing The Tempest. The Tempest, ironically, with the weather going on right now, is a story about a storm. So originally our show was supposed to be Thursday, but unfortunately it's gotten pushed back due to the weather. And I do want to make a note of that because like all the other things that's gotten postponed, that is also something that is getting postponed. But we do have some other shows coming up. During homecoming week on October 10th, we will be performing in Johnson Little Theater. We will have a show at 3:30 on October 10th. October 22nd is going to be the makeup show. That one is going to be at the VBC downtown. We have 3 performances, 9:30, 11:30, and 6 p.m. That one is open to different schools are coming to see us, families, and that one is in partner with Fantasy Playhouse and the Orion as well. So that's a lot, but that's basically our spiel. Oh, I see a question. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody has a question now.
It is. Right off the top. There it is.
This is actually my sister, but
oh, hey, sister.
Hey, sister.
Tickets are $10 for non-students, and for students they'll be $5.
There you go.
So I got a question
Dave.
for you.
Yes.
So when you guys are getting ready for your productions, you're trying to find locations, to have these events and performances. Talk to us about all the prep work that goes into pulling something off like a production.
That's a great question. So for the most part, our shows have been at the Johnson Little Theater. But as you know, we always retool our schools. So this past,
that baby.
Yes. One year they did the theater, they renovated it. So we couldn't perform there. So we perform on top of the hill in the theater there. So that one was probably our most challenging one because of a set and trying to take those up and down the hill. And so for the most part, we build them in shop in theater by Mr. Darwin Washington. He has been there for us through thick and thin, and a lot of things have been donated to us and we repurpose. And at the Orion, we kind of this year is going to be the first year that we have a huge set put together at the Orion, including puppets, just all kind of a big set. So we get a truck and we make it do what it do.
Cool. I think that's your dad. He said, "Hey, so proud of my baby girl." So just want to make sure we show that.
Yes.
But so with the Bulldog Bards, right? So just like being in the church choir, right? Everybody want to be in the choir, can't sing. So how do you select the people that everybody wants to be be in theater, but everybody ain't cut out for it. So how do you make that selection to see to who's gonna be part of that group? What y'all laughing at, man? Stop laughing at me.
Everybody required can't sing.
Everybody required can't sing. Man, hold on. Before you answer that question, hey, viewers out there, don't you be going to church on Sunday now, walking up and telling somebody, pulling them aside, talking about you really can't sing. You ought to really feel glad they let you up there on that pulpit. All right. Continue on.
Well, we really try not to turn anyone away, but we do have an audition process. So the Bulldog Bards is underneath a big umbrella called the Bulldog Players. So the Bulldog Players, that's everything. Bulldog Bards is specifically Shakespeare. So if Shakespeare is not your thing, you probably shouldn't audition for that part. We have Bulldog Players where you can do the film festival, or like I said, we did the Wiz one year. So, that might be your angle. And we also have the Bulldog Beat, which is our recruiting performing troupe that was created and thought of, brainchild of President Wims. So we also have that as well.
Nice.
All right. So getting into Shakespeare, Shakespeare wrote a lot of plays. So could you tell us what I know you are doing the Tempest. Well, what is your personal favorite play to just enjoy in your own personal time?
The Wiz. I'm a theater kid. Justice for Stephanie Mills. Unpopular opinion. Justice for Stephanie Mills. I'm a true theater kid. So that version, I love the film version, but the theatrical version, the Broadway version with Stephanie Mills, that's just the one that has my heart. So I really like The Wiz. Honestly, anything Wizard of Oz theme. I recently saw Wicked, so that was a pretty good one as well. Shakespeare, I would probably have to say Much Ado About Nothing, and that's the one we did last year.
Okay, awesome. It's so funny you mentioned The Wiz because on our family vacation we watched it, and I went through a phase where I just have to listen to "You Can't Win" by Michael Jackson. Like that is one of my favorite songs by him. So yeah, it's great choices.
Now, I got a second question, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but I want to kind of go back to it. You talked about the different film festivals that you guys participate in, and one that you, I guess, is the third annual, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, it's the Flex Festival. Is that what it's called?
So the third one is the Bulldog Bards. This is our third performance. The Flexure Film Festival, we've only done it once, but it was a hit, and we are constantly trying to bring it back. And just different things happened to where we couldn't do it last year, but we did the 10-minute play festival to offset it, just kind of switch it up, do things differently. The 10-minute play festival was giving playwrights like myself. I actually wrote a play, and we performed it. All student actors, all student writers, all student producers, everything on our campus. And Flexure Film Festival will be back this year. Miss Kuhn, that's our lady in charge, she just put that in the chat. Nice. So it will be back this year. So yes, that one, students can submit films, and it's fully film produced, edited by our students, and then we just have a big festival, and we just watch them and have concessions and a red carpet, the whole shebang.
And that's the part that I want to just like really touch on, how student focused and student involved it is. So if you could expound a little bit on why it would be important for students to participate in a festival like this.
Yes. So one thing that we are really trying to do is put the A in STEM. So the arts, the A would stand for arts. So the creativity, people think, I can't act, but you might be able to help on the camera crew. You might be able to help find locations. You might help to edit or promote or find actors. So anybody can participate, and it's just a way to get everyone involved, and not showing that people that here at A&M, you can do other things besides just engineering and stuff like that. We have arts too as well. We're trying to bring that back.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you just said that, because I'm also a fellow communications graduate, and what we do here is an art. So like all of us have our certain role in this production that we do. So that's refreshing to hear that that's still happening. But my question to you is, so what do you see, Miss Coleman? What's your big picture? What do you want to do with yourself? Do you want to write plays? Do you want to go to LA and become an actress, like become a producer, director? What do you want to do?
Well, I have two passions. Passion is sports and my passion is performing arts. So my end goal is to be Ava DuVernay. I want to be a director. I want to be a writer. And love to read. So definitely want to write some more for stage and for film and television. But, that path is not just so cut and dry. You just can't intern for that. So I'm working my way up and I want to create my own production company. So while I'm doing that, I'm using my degrees that I attained from A&M, and I just got done with an internship with the Denver Nuggets, and I got that internship through the NBA HBCU fellowship program. So right now I just got back, so I'm really just kind of get back into the groove of things, but I always go back to my passion, which is why I'm still helping with the Tempest. I always go back home to A&M, and that's what I'm helping out with. So right now I'm just here and just taking it day by day.
Nice. Picking back off Bulldog Bards and tying it back to Shakespeare. A lot of times when people think of his plays, they think of the old timey, but not realizing that so much of our current art has been adapted from his plays. For instance, like the movie The Lion King is loosely based off of Hamlet. So when you're doing plays with Bulldog Bards, do y'all do tweaks to make it more appealing to the younger crowd? Can you talk about that?
Yes. So just off the bat, the show is 35 minutes long. So that's one adaptation. And we try to make it modern. And so far, we've only done comedies of his work. We've only done the comedies. And then we do change the language a little bit, and also something to adapt, because we work with who we have. If you want to, perform, we don't really turn people away. So sometimes these roles are written for men, but we will change them to women. Like the main character is Prospero, but in this show is Prospera. So stuff like that, we do adapt to change, and we do kind of tweak it a little bit. Like some words just it's Shakespeare word, language. So some words just might not make sense because we also show to like high schoolers, kids, and adults. So we want to make sure that the story everybody can understand. So some words are tweaked just so it can flow better and have a better understanding.
Awesome.
Well, that is phenomenal. And just a few more, everything, people who were here, I just saw you, like I said, killing it, Jaycie, all these great things. And then also just wanted to say, always need help backstage.
Yes. Costume, makeup, hair, anybody, food, like anything.
Well, that's what's up. So we'll get you out of here on this one, Jaycie. How can everybody follow you guys on social media?
Yes. So our Instagram is AAMU_Bulldog Players. That's where you can find us. That's where we post all of our flyers, informations, upcoming shows, auditions, everything. We also have X, same username. And we don't have like a Bulldog Bard because it's under Bulldog Players, but the Bulldog Beat also has Instagram as well as TikTok. And you can find us there or in Morrison Fine Arts Building. Come knocking on the theater. We're open arms, always there.
Phenomenal. And wish you all the best and greatest. Continue to do some wonderful things. This is something that is well needed in today's society. We need more of this creative works, and you continue to keep doing what you're doing and representing what you guys do very, very well. So, Jaycie Coleman, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
We'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right. That's Jaycie
Jim,
Coleman.
what you know about Shakespeare?
I'm muted. I'm sorry. I played a gym, but everybody that's coming, make sure you also subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you in advance.
Appreciate it. Now, we are going to keep rolling. And this next young lady we're going to bring before you is the 74th Miss Alabama A&M University. Her coronation had just passed on, had just come through. It was a phenomenal event, and I'm sure we're going to hear some about that coming forward. But ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great appreciation for the first time on From the Hill podcast to welcome Miss Alabama A&M University, Miss Faith Gatson. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys?
Coming in with the crown on.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. That's
Gotta let them know.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, I feel like we need to start together and start singing. What is it? She's your queen.
I knew it was coming.
You know how folks say can't take y'all nowhere. Right. But you've been welcomed in. Miss AAMU is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And, okay, crown. OMG, it's Faith.
Faith.
It's me.
Wow, that crown look good on you, girl. Look at all of this. It just keeps rolling in. Just keep bringing it.
Hey, Miss Coleman.
Keep bringing it. And as y'all keep bringing it, y'all keep hitting that like button. And one more coming to America. So, Miss Alabama A&M University, when you found out that you were receiving this honor, if you can put it into words, try it right now.
Wow. Yeah, that was a good question. I wasn't expecting that one first, but I mean, when I found out that I had been elected as Miss Alabama A&M University, it was about 2 days after my probate. I became a member of the gorgeous Gamma Mu chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I was sitting at the Bulldog Choice Awards, nervous, didn't want to go. Like, I was shaking in my boots, y'all, for lack of better terms. And they were calling all of the other organizations that had won an award. They called the SGA president. Everybody in Miss A&M was the last one to be awarded. And as soon as they called my name for Miss Alabama A&M, tears just ran down my face, and I just said, to God be the glory, because I do understand that without him, none of these things would be possible. And I'm so grateful, so thankful, so blessed, not only to God, but to the faculty and staff, to my family that support me endlessly, and to the student body who continuously trust me to lead. I definitely would not be where I am today without their love and support.
Very nice, very nice. Faith, thanks again for joining us. And my question real quick is about the college tour series. Now, you were a part of that. I want you to talk to us about how you got involved, how A&M got involved, because all of you all that were selected to participate did an awesome job representing the university and speaking about the university. So talk to us a little bit about how you got involved with that.
Yes, thank you so much. The college tour was an amazing experience to be a part of. I remember seeing the advertisement. I know they sent it through our email, and they had it on Instagram as well. And as a communications media major, so many of my friends in the student body, as well as my teachers, were sending it to me. And my mentor, Miss Latoya Clemens, also played a huge role in the college tour because she works in the communications department. And I was actually in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl doing an activation with the Jordan brand. And that was when our video submission was due. Right. So you can imagine it being the day before Super Bowl, trying to get items together for our event. And I just had to tell everybody in the house, I was like, hey, y'all, I have to get this video done no matter where I am, because this is an opportunity that I do not want to miss out on. So it's production night. We have loads and loads of boxes in the house, things that have to get done. But I knew that this was something that I did not want to miss out on. And to be so fortunate to be among the first of HBCUs to partner with the college tour just means so much to me, right? I love my HBCU. There is not one that is better than my own. And it just means so much to me when brands, companies, organizations reach out to Alabama A&M, because I often feel as if we are overlooked. So as the official ambassador for my university, it is my duty to give these opportunities for Alabama A&M students to not only receive the opportunities, but do my best job at representing, so that when these companies, when these brands, and when these organizations come back, they are like, hey, we need more students at Alabama A&M, because we know that there is more greatness that lives on the hill. So I was super fortunate to have this opportunity. Definitely just being able to work alongside the crew for the college tour. They were super amazing, super nice, and they were definitely very, very patient. So I enjoyed every bit of that experience.
Thank you, Ms. Gatson. So, question I have is, when I was in undergrad, which was early 2000s, when I was an undergraduate, all I thought was, there's a pretty girl, there's Miss A&M. She waves at games, she waves at homecoming, and then she goes away. Tell us what, in your position, you kind of touched it a little bit with David, but tell us in your position, what is your, other than being a student, what's your day to day with wearing that crown on your head? What, with being the ambassador? What do you do every day to kind of help bring the university forward? Like, again, it's some of the stuff you mentioned last time, but just kind of go in depth with that.
I can definitely start off by saying, to whom much is given, much is required. And so in understanding that the daily life of Miss Alabama A&M, my mom always taught me that you have to keep the main thing, right? And that is your education. No matter who you are, no matter who you want to become, at the end of the day, you are there to receive your degree. So like you said, being a student is my number one priority. Going to class every day and excelling, doing that well, especially being able to receive a 4.0 GPA, to earn a 4.0 GPA last semester, and to have a cumulative of a 3.7 is not easy at all as a student leader. And so every single day doing office hours, having to genuinely be there for the student body, and having an open door policy so that students can come by, express concerns. Also during that time, we are able to create events that we would like to do, activations that we want to host on campus, as well as community service projects. I'm super excited about my upcoming community service project, partnering with the Manor House, as well as with the Registered Student Organizations Queens, to not only give my royal court the opportunity to serve and to be in the community, but to also foster a better relationship within the Registered Student Organization Queens, to be able to show them that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Right? It's nice to be a cute face. It's nice to dress well, do all of the things, get all of the princess treatment. But what are you doing to help the next man? And so I am super excited to be able to bring that project to my royal court and the Registered Student Organization Queens. So we will be with the project once or twice a month, and we will take about 3 to 5 RSO queens with us at one time to the Manor House to be able to package bags and to offer to the less fortunate, as far in regards to food items, non-perishable items, because we understand that everybody is simply not able. So being able to do that for someone else and being able to bridge the gap between the official Royal Court and the registered student organizations is just amazing. And that is aside from a typical game day or having other events where we try to go and support our student government association, our student activities board, Bulldog player, like all of the organizations on campus. Being such an involved student prior to being crowned as Miss Alabama A&M, I'm a member of the choir. So on Mondays and Thursdays, I have choir practice from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So everybody know if it's Monday or Thursday, like Miss A&M is not available because I have that prior obligation to the university choir. And Dr. Carney does not play about you being in rehearsal. So that's a really big part of it. On game days, waking up as early as 6 a.m. to start our hair and makeup and make sure that we have proper time for photos and alterations and all of the things. There is so much more that goes into being Miss Alabama A&M and being a part of the Royal Court than just waking up and putting on an outfit. So
thank you.
Awesome. I being covering the games, I've seen you interact with the student body, and they feed off of your energy. Oh my goodness, they love you. So with that being said, during your reign, what has been your most memorable moment, or what is your favorite role as Miss A&M?
Wow, I never thought. I mean, you know, when you get interviewed, you think of a lot of questions, but that one is definitely not one that would have crossed my mind. But I definitely would say my favorite part about being Miss Alabama A&M is the opportunity to genuinely be myself and be normal. No crown, no sash, no makeup, like not the whole outfit, the whole shebang, but really just to be able to like go in the cab and simply enjoy Fried Chicken Tuesday or Fried Fish Friday, and really just being able to connect with my student body, going to every Sunny Wednesday, being on the quad, going to the basketball games, and really just being able to be a student. Because I think that authenticity is one of the most major things that the student body appreciates about who I am as a leader, being authentic, knowing that I'm still a regular student. I'm still Faith from Montgomery, Alabama. Like nothing has changed except now I have a crown, but still being able to hear their concerns in a more relaxed setting and be able to just let my student body know that they have a friend in me, right? And I think that's one of the most challenging things of them all, because it doesn't matter what kind of day you're having as a student leader, you still have to get up, you still have to go, you still have to serve. So even when you're exhausted, when you have things going on in your personal life, you might have things going on with your family, it is still your duty to serve and be there for the student body. So in learning that, it's definitely hard to navigate at times, but definitely understand that there is a greater purpose.
Well, Faith, I'm gonna go down the comments here and just show you your flowers from the people. We got
hey, that's my line sister.
And Jermaine Jenkins says simply beautiful. And Tamia Gordon, shout out to Tamia, Wheel of Fortune.
Tamia. That's my campaign manager, y'all.
Yep, hardest working queen in the SWAC. Here's a question from Edwin Moore. Shout out to you, Edwin. Her crown is almost as large as Miss Southern's. Is it a challenge to learning to wear it graciously? That's a pretty good question.
I first want to start off by saying I love Miss Southern University. If it's Southern University Baton Rouge, her name is also Faith. And she served as Miss Junior as well. So that is my lovely sister queen. It definitely is a challenge learning to wear the crown, because you think it's certain things that you can do, and it's kind of like, wait, there's my crown there. Like I have to accommodate to having the crown on. But not necessarily a challenge. I think I'm just very adamant about making sure that it's in the center, right? So when you're doing so much, you got to get pinned up before the game because you can't let your crown fall. So it's really fun.
Yeah. And then we got more Jermaine. She's also a fashion diva. I love it. And then it's me, Brand. He said, preach. And he also wanted to let everybody know, and she can sing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
I got you. You should
Gotta
show
ask. Give us a
that,
note.
Wayne. You got to give us
Gotta
something real quick.
Give us a note.
Come on, Miss A&M.
I thought we were going through the comments. Like, how did we get here?
We'll get to the comments in a minute, but yeah, feel free.
Can we come back to the song and then keep going through the comments?
All right. So yeah, so very proud. So this will be motivation for your song.
Right.
So very proud of you. And then your family is so proud of you and all your accomplishments. Trustee Watts, shout out to you, Trustee Watts. You represent us well, young lady.
Trustee Watts.
Mm-hmm. And then again, to me, one of the best of the best of that best.
Yes, absolutely.
And congratulations to the sensational 74th Miss AAMU. We are proud of you. And here we go. The Gump repping tonight. Yeah, we got Montgomery working tonight. And then our fellow co-host, he couldn't make it tonight, but Faith is awesome. She's from my hometown. I know her family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And more stuff. Look at this. They got the right one. So mature, intelligent, and beautiful. Congratulations, Queen. And you wear it well.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then here's some more love. My boy Trey Mel. Shout out to you, Trey Mel. Southern University. Showing love.
Okay.
Yeah. Tamia, she just keeps going. Definitely love being a campaign manager for such a humble and God-fearing queen. And then Miss Breezy, welcome, Breezy. Good to see you, Breezy. Okay, yes, Aurora. I was wondering if you were Greek.
Okay, my mom is Alpha Theta Fall 82.
Look at that connection. Look at us making connections on From the Hill Podcast. Like and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Okay, so about that song.
We came back to it so fast.
We don't have to put her on spot because I get it. If you don't want me to spot, that's fine.
We just came back to it so fast. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found.
Come on now.
Was blind, but now I see.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she got that grit in that voice.
Great job.
She got that grit in that voice.
Listen, I am.
When the last time I sang?
Hey,
I'm
Jay,
really getting tears over here. Like
Jay, they didn't mess with you, Jay. They said Jay done fell out.
Listen, yo, that anointing is real. That's real. Baby, that is real.
Y'all, I have not sang in so long. Like
I can't tell. I can't tell.
Not at all.
Hey, y'all
You
see
laid it out.
y'all see how she was trying to be humble, and all of a sudden she just hit us with it real quick.
Man,
that's that good down home singing. You know, way down in the pit of your gut, your belly.
Down in the country.
Singing. SANGIN.
Yeah, I am trying so hard to hold my peace right now.
Look at that. Said the church, the doors of the church are open.
Right.
Good job.
Is there one?
That was awesome. That's gonna be clipped on our Instagram for later. Just FYI.
What?
Hey, these folks here, look, hallelujah, man. These folks, they letting you have it. The runs. Look, inserts Big Baptist Fit.
Big Baptist Fit.
Woo, Miss Alabama A&M. Oh my God. I'm so outdone right now. Lord. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that you came and you joined us. Not just for the fact that you represent Alabama A&M in such a mighty way. This university that we all are alums of and we love so dearly. But just the mere fact that you do it with a smile on your face and you're wearing that crown. So I just want to say, God bless you. Continue to do what you're doing. And it is nothing but great things ahead. Nothing but the best ahead for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate this opportunity. Y'all thought of little old me. Y'all could have thought of so many people. Y'all could have had anybody, but you guys thought enough of me to have me join you guys today. I'm truly grateful, truly thankful, and truly blessed.
Hey, this is the 74th Miss Alabama A&M University. One more time, Faith Gatson, everybody.
Thank
God
you
bless
so
you.
much. Good night, everyone.
All right, we'll see you. You need to take another breath there, Jay.
Listen. I need about 5 minutes.
Hey, so we weren't able to take up an offering just then, but what you can do is go to AAMU.edu and donate to any scholarship fund, and Faith would appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Bulldog Tabernacle.
One thing that I like that she touched on when she was talking about the college tour and being Miss A&M, about being an ambassador for the university. You don't have to be in a royal position to be an ambassador for the university. You being a student at Alabama A&M University, every time you go somewhere away from campus and you got on your A&M gear, your hats, your lanyards, whatever it is, you are representing Alabama A&M. So I just love how she just, like she holds that. You can tell that means a lot to her, not just to wear the crown, but again, just to represent Alabama A&M University. So I just love that.
Right.
Yeah. Phenomenal, man.
Absolutely.
So we have one more segment tonight, and it gives me such great pleasure to even bring this next young lady on. She has been seen all over social media. If you have not seen her interviews with Bulldog athletes, if you have not seen her on the Hill Live, you will get a chance to hear a good chunk of that tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Floyd. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Hey there.
I'm very excited.
So the digital media reporter for Alabama A&M Athletics. So just tell everybody how you got involved with that at Alabama A&M.
Absolutely. So a few years ago, I'll say 2021, I ended up interviewing Anthony Howard, tight end, and it kind of popped a little bit on social media, a lot more than I was expecting. And next thing you know, y'all fan base, our fan base now. Sorry,
there you go.
There you go.
We're Bulldogs now.
I'm still getting used to it, but our fan base is just so great. So I got followed by quite a lot of people at that time. And one of the people that I got followed by was, just the football coach, Jason Mai, as well as a few players and a few women from the athletics program. So we've always maintained that relationship. And while I was doing a lot of freelance work for ESPN's Anscape, I went to the Magic City Classic. I also went to the Florida A&M game in 22, where the Bulldogs played at Bragg, which is hilarious because we will be back there in November. But I remember going to that game and doing work for ESPN and going to the Magic City Classic. I became friends with who is now our director of media over in athletics, Jordan Norsworthy. And we bonded very quickly. We went to the Celebration Bowl together that year. I got to meet Dr. Paul Moran, aka Uncle AD. And so I kind of threw out there, I would love to just go to school and, work closely with athletics. And AD said, all right, I'm going to make it happen. And so now I'm here in Huntsville. It was Bulldog
on the hill.
Yes, I am on the hill and loving it. I'm really loving it here.
Good.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, I do follow you on social media, and I love how you are on social media. You are very engaging with the, A&M fans, and being part of the athletics, you have this locker room talk session that you do with the players. And the latest one you did, which is probably my favorite one, was with Jamarian Ellis, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were out there in the pasture on the horses. Talk a little bit about, why you started the locker room talk, and specifically why you did his interview outside of the locker room.
Absolutely. That's a great question. Before I got here, I was tasked with kind of making a list of ideas in which I thought I could contribute to the athletics program. And I've always been more of what I call like a player-focused reporter. I always want to make sure that my mom just commented. I always want to make sure that players, feel like they're getting their stories told, because at one day the ball stops dribbling. One day you will not put on pads or cleats anymore. You will literally just be who you are as a person. And so I wanted people to get a glimpse of who these athletes are, especially since we're in the NIL sponsorship brand deal type of space. So with JT, I literally was driving home from Walmart and I looked to my left and I see a man riding a horse. And in my mind, I'm like, that is the most Alabama thing I've seen since I've been here. I'm from Orlando, Florida. So, it's very Disney, very Universal. You don't really see that unless you go out like Montverde, Howey in the Hills, at least in the Orlando part where my mom is from, like Polk County. You might see that. But when I looked to the left and I seen a man riding a horse, I said, oh my God, that's so Alabama. And then I kept driving and I said, oh my God, that is JT Ellis. And I'm like, no way. So followed him on social media and saw all the work that he does. I've seen players post him riding down the road on the horse Luke, the same horse that I rode in the interview. And I thought, what a great opportunity to show who Jamarian JT Ellis is, aside from the sack master, because he did great in the Austin Peay game. And that's my goal and my aim for all of these different student athletes. I feel like since we were just getting accustomed to doing it, I dropped the ball on Carson Vincent because he is a great person and he has a lot of layers to himself as well, but he's just so like stoic, you would never know. We did great with KD, but I'm excited to see what else we can do.
Yeah, so my question is, when we watch ESPN, especially in the past, we only got to see, the stereotypical reporter, the white girl, blonde hair, or the light skinned girl. You, obviously being an African American, what drove you to pursue those dreams, and what would you tell the younger generation that wants to fill the shoes that you're in now? What would be your words of advice to them?
I love that question. Thank you so much. I have loved this ever since I was a little girl. My dad was a professional athlete, and then after his retirement, he did radio and TV. And so I would go with him to work, and I would get to be in the studio, see him get his makeup done, and just talk about sports. And nearing high school, I knew that this is something that I wanted to do. My dad played at a big school in Florida, played at Florida State University, and it was kind of me deciding whether I was going to go to Florida State or Florida A&M, because that's where my mom went. Shout out to my mom. But I decided, I want to go to Florida A&M because my entire life I had been a minority, especially with where I grew up in the suburbs. And so when I went there, and when you walk into the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication at Florida A&M, on the wall is like Tiffany Green and Pam Oliver, two huge names. Sports. You also have, your Rashawn Ali's, and I've always held myself to a higher standard because I'm matriculating in the same places that these women did, and they're exactly where I want to go. They're my representation. So they're my driving force. And I had the opportunity to meet Pam Oliver on several occasions. But when I first enrolled into school, she had a panel discussion. And I remember her saying, I don't care about what these people say. They don't pay my bills. And I say that to myself all the time. I don't care what these people got to say. They don't pay my bills. I've just embodied her mentality of, having some want to about my life and about the things that I see myself doing, because I believe that the calling over my life is always worth fighting for. And if God didn't want me to do this, he wouldn't have put these dreams in my head. And so that's what motivates me. And I hope that the girls can see me and see what I'm doing and be inspired by that, not just in this particular facet of athletics, but all of it.
Nice. You actually touched on what I wanted to ask, especially coming from a long line of women journalists from FAMU like Tiffany Green and Miss Pam Oliver. But I guess I want to move in a different direction now. And now that you are at A&M, and we are so happy to have you, this is gonna be it. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
That's okay.
Who has the biggest heel?
Oh no, you didn't, Jay Murray.
Listen, I was gonna talk about Pam Oliver, but she already touched on it. So between A&M and FAMU, who has the largest? You have the heel and the highest of the 7.
Y'all know we take this heel thing serious too.
Yes, and actually, there has been some back and forth banter. This week, kind of thank goodness that the game was canceled, because, these players have been threatening me and looking at me sideways like, hey, like, don't you, I've been getting the brunt end of it. And then lovely Liv Antilla, who is in here right now, this is one of my greatest friends. She has been getting on me every time I post myself in A&M gear. She's over here jawing back and forth at me. But I will say, I'm out of shape, so to me, both hills are huge. I couldn't walk either of them at this moment.
That's that political. She must be running for office.
Hey, she flew in real high.
Right.
Ascending. and Liv just wanted to make sure that she confirmed. Perfect answer. She said that PR answer. And CJ, just for even more context, politically correct answer.
Right.
That is,
but it's all good.
I'll let you girl. And I did want to answer Ronald Hunt's question. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say the best fullback in football, bar none.
Yes.
Those that remember William Floyd from Florida State played with the San Francisco 49ers.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Good call there, Ronald Hunt.
Good one. I look just like him, so there's no getting past that.
So Miss Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
now that the game is not taking place this weekend, we're gonna put you on the spot in a different way. Okay. You get to be the guest picker of the night. All right. And now everybody, as you know, now let me take down the banner here. Now, everybody, as you know, we do this each and every week. You can put your picks in the comments. Now I'm gonna set this thing up. So first off, Valley wishes that they were 2-2.
They are.
Valley is actually 0-4. All right. So and Alcorn is also 1-3. All right. So that's our fault. We good here. All right. So Alcorn 1-3. Taking on Valley, who's 0-4. Now, Valley, shout out to Valley. Y'all know I always gotta say it. Shout out to Valley. First game on the brand new field turf and their new scoreboard. All right. Ty Floyd, what you got?
I am going to say that I'm going to go with Mississippi Valley. And the reason that I say this is because They have a new coach. They're under a new regime, and I have heard and seen nothing but great things from them, even if it may not be reflected in their record or what they're currently doing. They are rebuilding, and they are doing an exceptionally well job at it. I feel like with Alcorn, kind of the way in which things kind of happen, I guess, with their coaching staff, among those other things, that kind of may have jolted them a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Delta Devils on this one. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but hey, I don't care. I said what I said.
Hey, and stand on business. Jay the Great.
I agree. I think Alcorn is still searching for their identity, and Mississippi Valley is hungry for a win, and it's at home. I'm going with the Delta Devils.
Dave.
I'm going with Valley for the upset. I think it's already an expectation for Alcorn to beat Valley. But I'm gonna go with Valley for the upset because they're gonna be excited, like you guys said. They got the new turf, they got the new scoreboard, they got 12 uniforms, like you always say, Wayne. So they're gonna be excited to get the first home win with all this brand newness. So I'm gonna go with Valley.
Go ahead, T.
All right, I'm gonna go for the upset, but the only upset I'm going for is all of y'all that pick Valley gonna be upset because Alcorn is gonna win this game. There's no way they're gonna lose to Valley. So I'm going Alcorn.
Hey, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna put it like this: Alcorn, their one win was against Edward Waters, and they struggled. I mean, that was a struggle win, and they are having major issues with quarterback and offense. They don't know if Tyler Macon is their guy. He hasn't done well. And, the other quarterback that they've had in there, Vaughn, we don't know. All that said, Alcorn, I think they're going to get in a street fight here, but I think Alcorn is going to pull it out by 7. All right. It's going to be a pillow fight of a game.
Shout out to Uncle Jerry.
Yeah. All right, the game on HBCU Go taking place. Bethune-Cookman. Oh my gosh, man! Did they get upset, man? Clark Atlanta. Whew. They get the rebound. Alabama State coming off a bye week, going down there to Daytona. Okay, now T. Gooden, you get to start.
Yeah, so Bethune-Cookman should be kicked out of the SWAC for that loss. But I hate to do this, y'all know I hate to do it. Alabama State, man. Alabama State gonna win this game.
Wake up,
all right, Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alabama State also. Bethune-Cookman letting Clark come back like that and then win it with a 53-yard field goal.
55-yard field goal.
I didn't think they was gonna make that, but when they made that field goal, I was like, damn. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Alabama State.
All right, Jay the Great.
Y'all know I don't like that school in Montgomery. Like, why is this an option?
None of us do.
Oh my goodness. I want to pick Bethune, but I can't. So the school down 65.
The school down 65. All right, Ty Floyd, what you got?
Let me start by saying I don't like either of these schools because both of them are my rivals. Just kidding. It's all love. But they're it's kind of like the cousins that you see at the family reunion. It's just, hey, and then you turn to your favorite cousin and you're like, oh my God. But I will say I will say that it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. So if Bethune-Cookman goes with that mentality, especially with how they've been playing not just this season but last season as well, then they should come out with a different hunger or some want to about themselves. Now, with that being said, do I think it's going to happen this game? No. So yeah, Alabama.
Well, everybody's in luck because I have something for you.
It is madhouse yards. Ball is down. Kick is up. Oh my! It's on with the field goal. Final 38.
Y'all hear that crowd?
Right on cue. And y'all should have seen me sitting there on the couch. I was so loud, my wife thought something happened to me. I was like,
that was crazy.
Oh.
I mean, and just being honest, you don't expect most people don't expect our kickers that we have to have that leg. And especially this guy that's even at a smaller school than us at Clark Atlanta. So he's probably gonna jump in the portal and be somewhere else next year.
So let me give my pick, y'all. Alabama State didn't play last week. And when they did play, their defense was really good against Samford. But their offense, they were down to the fourth string quarterback. And Bethune-Cookman's quarterback, Cam Ransom, that dude can play. Now, they hadn't been able to stop much. So what I'm going to say, coming off of losing to Clark Atlanta, doggone it, Wildcats. I'm going with Bethune-Cookman. Let's go. All right. In Houston, we got Jackson State taking on Texas Southern. Ooh, this is real tough. Floyd, you're first.
The one thing that I want to say before I get into the actual matchup is my camera. I hope I'm staring right into it. If you're an Alabama A&M football player and you are watching this show right now, y'all need to get some wings. Y'all need to get some public subs. Do whatever you got to do and sit on the couch and watch this game, because next week's opponent is Jackson State, and you need to go ahead and watch them play another opponent as you have this blessing of being able to rest your mind and your body before we go into the Gulf Coast Challenge. The SWAC, and especially the SWAC East, is wide open. Jackson State has already lost. If they lose again, lights out. So make sure that you actually watch this game and see what we need to do and prepare as we should prepare. And as always, go Bulldogs. But in this particular matchup, Jackson State has one of two ways they can go about this. It can either be somber and they can go into this game, with their morale beat down because of the butt whooping that they got after they were talking all that trash about Grambling, or they can feel like somebody has to pay. Somebody has to pay for this loss that we just had, and they go in there with that head buster mentality that my dad always says, and they're going to go in there and they're going to get a redemption win. I think that Texas Southern is well aware of that, so Texas Southern is going to take the win.
Okay, yeah, Jay the Great.
I used to live in Houston, and I've been to a few Texas Southern games, and when it's a game that their fans are engaged, that stadium can be a little hostile. With that being said, I'm going with Texas Southern in this one.
Dave.
Ty, I love the disclaimer you gave to our Bulldogs before you gave your breakdown. Kudos to you for that. Okay. If Jackson State, because they had a lot of penalties at that last game between Grambling. I think
11 of them.
11, yeah. They had 11 penalties. If Jackson State can minimize those penalties, then I think Jackson State will come out on top. I think all those penalties gave Grambling so much advantage during the game. So if Jackson State can take care of that, then I think Jackson State can come out on this.
T.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go with Texas Southern on this one for all the points that you guys said. There's nothing else left for me to add, but I'm going to go with Texas Southern.
Okay, now Texas Southern, they let one slip against Lamar. They ran the ball well. They had more in time of possession. They committed back-to-back offside penalties, and they would have been able to get off the field and get out of Beaumont, Texas with a win over the 22nd team in FCS. Jackson State, they outgained Grambling 483 to 271. But what made the difference? 5 turnovers. One was a pick six, and one was return a fumble for a touchdown. Now, Texas Southern, they don't do much in the way of throwing. They run the ball really, really well. I think that Jackson State, from just seeing everything that they went through last week, getting dogged, getting cussed out, getting fussed at, these boys are going to show up in Houston. They're going to shut that run game down, and they're going to beat Texas Southern. Now I'm going to move on because I don't want to change my mind. Now to the State Fair Classic. The State Fair Classic there at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Prairie View, oh my Lord, they're 0-2 in league play. Could they actually go 0-3? Grambling, this is their SWAC opener. Hitting the road, and Grambling won this game last year, 35-20. The trash talk has been thick all week between these two teams. T. Gooden, you start.
I'm gonna go with the G-Man out of Grambling. Grambling will win this game at least by 17 points.
All right, Dave.
I'm gonna go with Grambling also. If you can't not Grambling.
Yep, Jen.
Typically, when we get to the state fair, the classic in Dallas, Prairie View usually comes in that game very strong, and then their season just disintegrates after they play Grambling. I don't know what it is, but it just falls apart. In this game, they've already fell apart, so it's going to be Grambling big.
Ooh. Ty Floyd.
I'm gonna go with Grambling. They are riding high, regardless of how you feel about Jackson State or even what happened last year with Florida A&M winning the Celebration Bowl. Jackson State is still of championship pedigree. They're under great leadership, T.C. Taylor. And I mean, they're a good team, and they were beaten by a better team who probably is still riding high on the momentum of that. So I think that Grambling is going to take this one.
Okay, now Prairie View, they let one get away in overtime. Now, a lot of that had to do with Southern making a lot of adjustments on defense. Grambling, last two games, they've turned their opponents over 11 times. 6 times against A&M Commerce and 5 times last week. What happens when they play a team that doesn't turn the ball over? That could be an equalizer. Even with all that said, I think Grambling will still do it. And with this game, Prairie View, 1-4, 0-3 in the SWAC. Grambling by a couple touchdowns. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The pick segment is done. For us A&M folks, we get a chance to have a off week. But Ty Floyd, I want to echo something that you said real quick. You talked about our A&M football team. Now, I want to say this. We did not look very well there in Clarksville.
It looked horrible.
And I know it was very terrible. Dominated in all 3 phases of the game. There's been a lot of talk about how much people are not happy with coaching performances, not just head coach, talking about offensive coaches, all these different things. There's been a lot of angst. There's been a lot of complaining, a lot of that stuff. And at this point, I'm not getting ready to get on here and tell people how they're supposed to feel and how they're supposed to think. I know that everybody wants to win, including me. I want to win badly. I spent a lot of time talking with SWAC and MEAC and CIAA, and I talked to a lot of fan bases, and a lot of it all sounds the same. Everybody's talking about, hey, we wish we had a quarterback. We wish we had a defense. We wish we had a head coach. We wish we had an athletic director. We wish we had this. We wish we had that. At A&M, what we do have, we got a very competent athletic director. We've got improving facilities, and we have an improving department. We also have a very passionate fan base who really does care. I know a lot gets said about those who show up and those that don't show up. I know they talk a lot about these folks only care about homecoming. These folks only care about classic. These folks only care about a rivalry game. But one thing we do have, we got a ton of pride. And we have a lot of very competent people that care so much about A&M football. Whoever lines up under center when we get on the field in Mobile next week, my desire is that person is able to lead us to a victory. One of the things that we have grown to be very weary of here in this fan base is we're tired of losing to the Jackson States. We're tired of losing to the FAMUs. In the last 2 years, we're tired of losing to Alabama State. I know that you just can't snap a couple fingers and make an instant change and an instant fix. But one thing that we can do as fans is continue to keep the faith and be behind this team no matter what happens. Because regardless of whoever is our head coach, regardless of whoever is our quarterback, regardless of whoever suits up in the maroon and white, if you are a Bulldog alum, if you're a Bulldog supporter, if you're a Bulldog season ticket holder, if you pay dues, if you're a part of an alumni association, it is your ultimate esteemed duty to support this team at all times. And I'm done.
Talk to him, Wayne. Got dog it.
And let me just add this: y'all quit bashing these young men in public. Like,
my, thank you for touching on that. Like, I understand that y'all are passionate about the things that you want for this university to accomplish, especially in terms of athletics. But I need y'all to remember that these people are 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, and maybe 24. So y'all are really bullying kids, and it's not cool and it's not fair. At the end of the day, they are still navigating life as young adults while also playing a sport and also being in school. None of these things are easy. And as much as we're frustrated and wanting to figure things out, they are as well. And so is the coaching staff. So stop.
Yeah, I just want to add, people can feel how they want to feel. Even I get frustrated because you keep saying the same thing all the time, and it has, in my opinion, it's very, very rare that I will. Well, not rare. It just doesn't happen. I don't, berate any student athletes or anything like that. I just do wish that one thing that you have to stick with. I don't care what level of football that you're on, from high school to NFL. That guy on the center has to be consistent. If you keep moving that part, you're not going to get any consistency. If you're not consistent, you don't win. Like, that's the part that I think a lot of people get frustrated. They don't get frustrated with the person. They get frustrated with the process of that. One drive is this person, one drive is the next person. But, they don't pay me to make those decisions. I'm just a paying fan, but I do get why people are frustrated because you keep saying the same thing over and over. So hopefully this week helps us being off, and we could get that taken care of. And like you said, resting your body and resting your mind, so we can come out next week, go down to Mobile, and take care of Jackson State.
Yeah, and somebody wants to ask you a serious question,
but they didn't ask it.
Yeah, you didn't ask the question, man. You gotta put it in the comments. What's your question, brother?
I guess that's the question
first. They want to get
Can they ask this for the serious question? I guess that was the question.
You can ask a serious question if we see what that serious question is.
Right.
Be cute too. Please.
You got like 20 seconds.
Exactly. Exactly. And 10 of those are already up.
They already go.
My mama on here.
Yeah. So Ty Floyd, this was really, really fun. And I am definitely I'm gonna say this right now. We're gonna have you back on before the end of the season, before the end of the football season. We gotta have you back on because we need more of this energy, we need more of this talk. And yeah. So so EA, you missed out. But Ty, love the content, love all the content, love it all.
Great job with the content.
Love it all. And Mama Floyd, love your energy as well.
Mama trying to see what EA want to know. That's why she put those dots.
I'm kind of curious.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Look here. He like,
you got it. Hey, the people want to know.
Guys, my mama from Polk County.
Hey, look at what the perfect PYT.
Yeah, he said
they popped the balloon yet. Alicia, go. Thank you for watching, Alicia, because I know that's you. I'm about to say go to bed, but thanks for watching, because normally you don't.
Hey, Mama Floyd, we can't wait to meet you too. Seriously, it's a lot of fun.
We can't wait to meet you, Mrs. Floyd.
She's
all right.
So
Ty, this has been great, and we'll see you again for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate all of the work.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Good question.
Do you want to answer that?
No, I'm unwilling to retract because what I said stands. I said that the Florida A&M alumni and fan base in which I am a part of at times can be misogynistic to women in leadership. Just because they hired another woman to be in that position of leadership does not erase the things that were said, how Ms. Sykes was maliciously maligned on social media on the same timeline that we share with her mother. So no, I'm not going to retract what I said. It is my prayer and my biggest hope that the new athletic director at Alabama A&M does not even have to deal with the same
Florida A&M.
with the same. Sorry, what did I say?
You said Alabama
A&M.
A&M. We've been working on you well.
You focused on Mr. EA, but since you wanted to bring this up, it is my biggest hope and my biggest prayer that the new athletic director at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University does not have to deal with the same implicit bias, with the same misogynistic and rude comments, death threats, and all of the other things that AD Sykes had to deal with during her tenure at her dream job. Thank you for your question.
Upon further review,
serious question, get you serious answers.
I stand on. I say
upon further review,
those comments.
The call on the field stands as called.
Right.
I stand on.
Some of those comments on Twitter were like pretty.
Yeah,
bad.
that stuff was crazy, man.
It was bad.
I remember somebody. I just stated some things. Somebody called me a bitch. And because of what I said, now again, there's no culture of misogyny, but somebody called me a bitch unknowingly just because I tweeted something and then spelled it wrong and then blocked me immediately. So to that person, I still know your name and I still will be looking for you. God bless.
I got dragged on my birthday for what I said in defense of AD Sykes. I never cared. And I'll do it for any other woman in leadership. And I'll do it for any other Black woman.
Period.
Like I said, thank you all for having me.
Thanks
That's the right mic drop moment right there.
Right. Thanks for being here.
Having me. I'm so grateful, to have been here. And I hope that all of the young women who watch me, I hope that all of y'all see what I do and what I go through and know that pressure is a privilege. Carson Vincent said that in our interview and it's been in my head since. Pressure is a privilege. So keep on pushing to everything that you're in pursuit of. All of y'all do amazing work. Our space is a tough one. And we do it out of the love for our institutions. I've seen your work long before I got to the Hill. And so to be on the show was a huge blessing. I'm grateful for all of y'all, and let's continue to do great work for our athletic programs.
Yeah, we'll see you on this platform again real soon.
I'll be back. Yeah. EA, I don't duck questions.
Well, all right, Ty. On that note, we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
all right.
Ty.
Hey, great show. And hey, here's what's coming up next week.
Coming up on the next episode of From the Hill Podcast, JSU alum and She Loves Thee podcast host, Timona Stapleton. Vice President of Student Affairs for Alabama A&M, Dr. Brock Talley. Plus, A&M alum, Anthony P.J. Thompson will join us to talk about homecoming festivities. Won't you join us live Tuesday, October 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. It's fun. It's you. It's us. It's From the Hill Podcast.
Yeah. What a great show tonight. And we'll have another great one next week. Go ahead, T.
Man, I just want to say something. Like, just listen to these young students and young alum. I wish I had the passion that they have for A&M. back when I was that young. You know, I got my passion now, but you know, those kids are on fire. I don't want to call them kids. Those young adults are on fire for Alabama and A&M University, and it's refreshing to see that because you know that the Heels are gonna keep on going, man. So I appreciate the ladies coming on tonight, man, and you know, just showing that passion that they have. It was very refreshing to see, and it gives me hope because they only want to talk about the shootings that we have when the people be stupid. But I really, really, really appreciate the young ladies and obviously their support system, their family, for raising them the right way. So that was very refreshing.
Yeah, man. So tonight, big shout out, Jaycie Coleman. Woo, good times with Bulldog Bards. Miss Alabama A&M University Faith Gatson. Still shaking from that. And then the wonderful Floyd. So much energy, so much passion in tonight's show. So just remember, no game this weekend. Those that may be in harm's way or potentially for hurricanes, be safe. Watch some good football this weekend. There's a lot of good games on in the HBCUs. And man, we got Bama, Georgia this weekend too. Man, it's going to be pretty hot. So next week, we're back. So Jay the Great, Just Dave, T Gooden. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to DT. Miss y'all, brothers. We'll see you next week. Good night.